market opening up on your screen. The indices are going to come up. The mid-cap index is down about 0.4. Sensex is down 0.3. Nifty is down about 75 points. So it's a lower start. And the Bank Nifty is down about 1/3%. So uniform near 0.5% cut coming through across at least the frontline large cap indices. Advanced decline on the BSE is also up on your screen, and about 100 stocks separate. Losers from gainers, more down than up. But this is just the start this morning. But all about stocks, Sonia has got that. Sonia.
Well, thanks a lot for that. As you rightly pointed out, right, the main focus area really is the Nifty, which is under a bit of pressure right now. So down almost about 90 odd points. We'll keep our focus there squarely. But apart from that, Hindalco is the one I'm looking at this morning. It's looking to raise $1 billion from the Novelis listing on the New York Stock Exchange. So Hindalco is up almost 0.5% as we speak. It has seen a big rally in the last 1.5 months. So just keep that on your radar. PNB Housing, there are some block deals likely today of 2.7% equity. So PNB Housing is the one that's taking a deep cut this morning, down almost about 8%. Keep watching that one. IRCTC, mixed bag this time around. Although the revenues are higher, it is the margins which are down 220 basis points. And this operational weakness is not taken well by the street. The stock is down almost 3.5%. To be fair, IRCTC has had a pretty decent run. By the way, that block deal has taken place on PNB Housing Finance, where 2.7% equity has changed hands. So do, get that stock back up on your radar. Apart from that, you have Aster DM, where it's actually looking good for Aster DM this time. The margins have come in at 16.5% versus 15% earlier. EBITDA is up almost about 29%. But the stock is coming in for some profit taking this morning. MedPlus Health is the other one I'm looking at. The margins have improved. The revenue has risen almost 20%. The stock is bucking the trend, market trend, and outperforming the market. So just keep that on your radar as well. And Prestige Estates is the other one. The EBITDA growth has been pretty solid. In any case, real estate stocks have been doing well. Margins have picked up to 38% versus 26%. Just a couple of more stocks. Paytm, let's see how that one is reacting to the news flow. So coming up on your screen in a bit, Paytm, that one is up almost about 5% on the back of the news flow that you just heard from Ritu. So keep an eye out on Paytm. And Responsive Industries, a company that we just spoke to a while back, very bullish commentary, strong numbers coming in from Responsive Industries. It manufactures, vinyl flooring for electric vehicle buses, for railways, etc. So the street likes what they heard from the management. The stock is up 3% But otherwise, for the market, yes, it's down but not out. As Sudarshan Sukhani was telling us a while back, generally ahead of election results or the exit polls, the market tends to get a bit volatile and a bit jittery. That's pretty much what you're seeing on the screen right now, but it's all about individual stocks. Back to you.
All right, Sonia, thanks a lot for that. Well, a few stocks in the broader markets are getting pummeled, actually. Engineers India, the EBITDA number came in down by close to around 50%. The margins came in at sub 10%. That compares with around 19%. So that one's getting a hard smack today. You have GNFC. Well, the EBITDA number was down by 60%. Margins came in at around 7 versus 16%. So that's the other big loser today. Vocart is the other stock. Let's see what's the reaction out there. They reported an EBITDA loss in comparison to the EBITDA profit. The revenues are up by close to 3%. For the time being, that stock's holding more or less steady. Another big gainer in the last few years has been Linde. The stock is up 5-6 times, I think, in the last few years. Well, the EBITDA number was down by close to around 4%. That one normally gets bought on dips for the time being as well. That's U-turn from the day's low. It's well in the green. MTAR Tech, well, you had the EBITDA number that was down by close to around 60% approximately. So that stock comes up for you in the screen. You had the margins that came in at around 13%. That compares with around 25%. The street doesn't like it one bit. The stock is down in today's session. Capacite Infra, well, you had a reasonably good set of numbers. The stock, remember, had run up in the last few days, but that one's holding well in the green, I think. So it's up close to around 2% in otherwise wobbly market. And CMAC is another stock that's holding well in the green on the back of good numbers that we saw coming in there. A bit of a turnaround quarter for that company as well. Add to the list NBCC. That stock, in fact, is holding in the green with a gain of around 2%. Margins coming in at around 6%, compares with 3.5%. The street loves that. Up 3% as we speak. Prashant.
All right. Sorry, beg your pardon. Paytm is up 5% and it's got volumes on it. So 360 on Paytm. Started tentative and then it's, of course, moved up from that point on. Ritu was just telling us about that story. We'll revisit that a little later. You got 3M India, which is up 4%, 4.5%. It's the number 2 largest volume traded name, 3M India. Hardly ever figures on the list with these kind of volumes, but it is this morning. Brigade is up 5.5%, so it's a big one, 1260. Again, huge volumes on Brigade. I think we did mention Campus after number 6% on Campus, so looking good. Capacite Infra, that's up 1.6%. Started to sort of perform once again over the last couple of days. Gensol Engineering is up 2.6%, back above the 4 digits now, 1,035 on Gensol. Torrent Power is up about 2%. And I think you've got GE Shipping, which starts about 3% or so in the green. Sumitomo Chemicals, big day, sort of decent move yesterday. It came off the day's highest point. Actually, in the last few sessions, from $400, stocks moved up to about $450 in, I think, about, 10 odd trading sessions or so. So it's been a pretty good ride for Sumitomo fairly recently. PNB Housing, of course, is the top volume-led cut. It's down 7.5%. So 729 on PNB Housing. And Cochin Shipyard is down 3. IRCTC we mentioned. Inox Wind, after yesterday's large cut, is down another 7%. Stocks at about 137. Inox Wind is got very, very large volumes once again. IRDA, EIL, Nigel mentioned. Loda, that is Macrotech, is down about 3.5%. Aster DM numbers, Ekta mentioned that, 3% down. Nazara is down about 3% as well. Nazara, again, last 2 days has had a decent run-up. So just about under a 100-point cut is what you have, 22,791.